Good morning, everybody.
Hello. There's a huge group of people hanging out, already ready for us. I gotta get on the old iPad here, but I saw Caleb and Mr. Miracle and Discovery Bay and Sam's Tangled Web and Big Will has arrived. Let's just see whom else we're dealing with here. We are in an unusual place, you may notice. Perry Comics is here. Good morning. Sam's Tangled Web. I hope I said hello to you. We are traveling. You want to share that one, Jack?
No, it's just funny. Okay, can you read it right now? I have three
we.
books.
Oh, you can do this one too.
I don't
Whoop.
know.
We are in
Oh,
Northern California, Central California, I guess maybe, near San Luis Obispo, for my cousin's wedding, and we're staying in a beach house. My dad, my mom, my cousins, or my niece and nephew, my brother, my sister-in-law. We're all kind of here. You might hear birds or dogs. I know Riley's walking around here. We have a whole full house, and we still wanted to make time though to enjoy hanging with all of you. My dad's logging in on his iPad to watch, even though technically he could just look over here and he'd be watching. Yes, exactly. Hello to the extended family. Let's see. Casey Vigilante's in the chat. Comic Spectre, you were here super early.
Jameson.
Bob Jameson. I wonder if that is more than likely my uncle.
What?
My Uncle Bob. I have an Uncle Bob and a brother Bob.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's my Uncle Bob who was hanging out last night. My dad's saying hello. There's going to be a lot of Jamesons in this chat this morning, I have a feeling. So good morning to the Jameson clan. Let's see. Mr. Garrell's in here. Hydra Collectibles is a really cool guy, and I've just been getting to know him. He and I share a love for Lost, the TV series, and he has an amazing collection of, he makes collectible items like memorabilia. It is unreal. Check out his Instagram. It is mind-blowingly cool. Really cool stuff. Yes, Sam is the man. He's here. Hi, Leia Comic Bro and JP. So we're going to share some comics. Rod Justarican jumped in. He was helping me try to get to my 700 subscriber contest. I'm like right there. Super close. Charlie, do you want to go first or last? She wants to go last. I'll go first. Let's see. I'm going to go with Rod's here, so I'm going to share my Daredevil, Red Daredevil. I'm not going to spoil it for you, Rod. This is issue 8 of the Chip Zdarsky run. It's a much slower issue. Lots of talking in this one, but we're really getting to look at Matt Murdock right now, why he makes certain choices. Hi, Miss Riley. That's my dad's dog wandering through. She's the heavy breather. It's not
Reggie.
me. It's not me.
Someone looks sleepy.
Reggie's here. Is it Charlie looking sleepy or Kate? We were all up. Big party last night. Cousins arrived super late. I'm gonna have Jack come on here in a second. There he is, though. There's Jack.
Kenny, you want to pop in?
Because Jack was at San Diego Comic-Con yesterday, his first ever Comic-Con, and dude went big. Little guy was crushing San Diego Comic. He even got a really cool toy that he's going to share just a little bit here. Wicked cool. So, you went to Comic-Con too?
Well, I didn't go.
You didn't get to go? Oh, you want to share it now? Okay, here he comes.
This is the toy.
Look at this.
It's Stormbreaker.
Dude, he got Stormbreaker. He's running around here.
Although he almost
bringing
got
some thunder.
the Infinity Gauntlet.
Remember,
that was expensive.
Aim for the head. Aim for the head. Not to be confused with Simple Jack. No, Caleb, not Simple Jack. All right, Kate, you're second. What do you want to share?
Charlie looks a little sleepy.
Charlie's looking a little sleepy. She's not the morning kid. She doesn't like to just be, oh, you're looking sad now, Charlie. Kate looks like she's cold. She's all like wrapped in a blanket.
I've been reading this series called Whatever After. about this girl and her brother and Jonah. Abby and Jonah are their names. And there's this magic mirror in their basement. And if you knock 3 times on it, then you go into a story, and you never know which story you'll go into. So for this one, Sleeping Beauty. And they've gone into a bunch of others. They've gone into
You want to share that one too?
Snow White,
Oh,
Cinderella, The Little Mermaid,
yeah.
and a few others. And then also, another thing is they always seem to mess up the fairy tale. So, for example, their friend gets sucked into it with them one time, and she bumps into a spinning wheel.
I got a Jack. There's room on next to Charlie if you want, Penny. There might be a little spot right there. What? You want to share yours? Okay, here, go right there next to Charlie.
Hi, Kennedy.
Yeah, Kennedy's in the chat. Connor says hi. TJ is in here.
And so,
You can go right there, Penny, and you can share right here. If you want to come right here. You're
and
not ready yet.
another thing they do in Rapunzel is Jonah wears his soccer cleats, so he like musses up her hair, so they have to cut her hair. And then they change the ending of the real Little Mermaid story because it's so bad.
Oh, really?
Don't you know the story?
I don't.
She turns into sea foam.
Oh, you're right. The original story. Yep. Oh, Uncle Bob says hi to you. Sorry, my Uncle Bob says hi to you, Jack.
Hi back.
Yeah, Nerd versus Geek. Thank you for coming by. Mr. Garrell has a video I got to check. Apparently, he got a gift from Caleb, and so I got to check out that gift and see what's going on there. TJ is in the house. You were right, Rod. Or Reggie, I'm sorry. Charlie, what's your first book? What are you going to share? All right. This is the Free Comic Book Day Sheets a Story. What did you think, Charlie?
I thought it was a really good book. I like how she talks to the sheet as if it's really there.
It is a sheet that's there, but like she acts it's real.
Like it's a
It
ghost
talks
or
to her 'cause
something?
Her mom passed away, right?
Yeah, and so she kind of imagines like it's her mom.
Oh, that's
She
kind of
talks to
sweet.
it, takes walks, and yeah, and she's with her grandma in that story, and she doesn't really like her grandma. She's kind of like treating her kind of rudely.
So she's a teenager.
And then in the end, she actually is nice to her grandmother, and it's a really happy story.
That sounds like a great story. I think I want to read this one now. I think it was D Comic Queen or Comic Mama. One of the ladies I follow on Instagram mentioned that this was a really good read. So Kate got one of those yesterday. It's a good pickup. All right, I'm gonna have to read that one. Add that to my list. All right, it's back to my turn, but Jack wants to share something. You want to share your book, Jack? Here, let me turn this a little bit. There he is. Ooh.
Loki.
Oh,
I loaned Jack Loki issue #1 that I read because Comics Misexplained and we interviewed the man who wrote this on a YouTube channel the other day. What did you think about this book? Was it good?
Well, I actually haven't finished it.
Uh-huh.
But
But-
so far, how is it?
So far, it's pretty good.
Pretty good. Is there any parts you really liked? What do you think of Thor? He looks different, doesn't he?
Yeah, because he has the eye patch and the hammer. He doesn't have.
And he's missing an arm. Did you notice he has a metal arm?
I
a very
like the
different
part
Thor.
when they made this guy come in.
The armadillo.
The armadillo.
Yeah, at the casino where Loki is cheating, it seems like. Armadillo is the enforcer, and he comes in. He gets pretty mad. Yeah, Loki has to deal with Armadillo. But yeah, it's a different look for Thor, right? With the metal arm and the eye patch. But he still has Mjolnir, right? He doesn't have Stormbreaker anymore.
Yeah,
Kennedy says
he still has Mjolnir.
Yeah. And then this guy, that's Heimdall.
Yeah, that's the guy who guards the Bifrost.
Ooh, look, he knows the Bifrost. Dude just dropped the word Bifrost. What? That's awesome, dude. That's cool. Lots of kids don't know what the word Bifrost is. Doing it right. So if you were to explain what Comic-Con was, how did you feel about San Diego Comic-Con, Jack?
It was really fun.
Yeah? Why?
because there was a lot of stuff, just a lot of things you could do.
Yeah. What were some of the best things that you saw?
I don't know.
Did you see any people with costumes that you liked?
There were so many people with costumes.
What was it?
I really liked a baby Groot.
There was somebody who was dressed as Baby Groot.
Yeah.
Really?
And I got to take a picture with him.
That's
No, wait,
cool.
but my favorite one was a Hulkbuster armor.
Somebody was in the Hulkbuster armor.
It was real sized.
What? So was it just huge?
It was huge.
And they could walk around in it?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So it took 2 people to carry it. So it was like
Wow.
made out of like lots of pieces of cardboard, except for I don't think it actually was cardboard. So one person had the leg parts
Uh-huh.
and they like extended them like really high up. And then the other person had like the top part. And then when they put it in, and then when the person came, they stood behind something and they let people take pictures of them.
That's
And they
cool.
put the helmet thing on.
That sounds really cool.
Carlito.
But only one guy got to wear the whole thing.
Oh, okay. But you could pose in front. I would just want to stand in front of it and get a picture like next to it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The Comic-Con that I went to with the girls, remember they had that Hulk statue that was like full-size Hulk? And you could stand in front of it. Jeffrey took his picture in front of it. That was like really cool. It was a big old Hulk statue looking all right? And you could stand in front of it, you know, puny human next to giant Hulk. It was pretty cool.
Wait, Puny God.
Puny God. There he is, Loki, puny God. You're right. Good man. Hey, throwback to First Avengers. This guy's doing it. All right, so now it's my turn. I don't know how much time we're going to have, so I'm going to go to my big read for this morning. I had been waiting to enjoy the final 2 issues of Little Bird. I don't know if Alec is in the chat, but it ends really well. This is a 5-issue story. This was an independent, an Image book, 5 issues. They just finished this last week with issue 5. I thought it ended perfectly. They could tell other stories, but they don't need to. This story ended, and I really dug it. It's spot on. You should definitely read it. Pick up the trade. I'm sure there'll be a trade at some point. You should read it. It's really, really different. I've never read anything like it, and it was exceptional. Just awesome. Give the people what they want. Okay, what foam do you all use? There's chat going on. So there's a lot of people in my on YouTube who make costumes for cosplay for Comic-Cons and stuff. So they're talking about using foam to build with and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Jack's got Stormbreaker again. You're gonna come. All right, Kate's got her second book. What is your second one, Kate?
My second book is the next book in this. It's the 9th book of whatever. After the other one's
geez.
the 4th. I really like the series. This is the one where there's Aladdin. It's a very interesting story, and it says on the back they have to escape an enchanted cave, find 40 buckets of jewels, plan a parade, and learn to fly a magic carpet. And the story. It's really cool.
D-Runk says hi and good morning to you. George is right there. You see him? Lots of foam, they said. Kachung and Delphi are surrounded by foam trying to build their cosplays because they go to a really big convention. Dragon Con is what it's called. It's back east. Now, can you explain why you were at San Diego Comic-Con, Jack?
I was at San Diego Comic-Con with my dad because he had to do a panel for Stance, and he works for Stance.
Yeah, so Jack, his dad works for Stance, which the sock company I've talked about before. And they were doing a whole panel, right, showing off their new socks for Marvel and Star Wars and stuff.
Yeah, and someone got a prize, it was a big pack of a whole it had blueprints of the Millennium Falcon and the, I think it's the Imperial Shuttle.
Okay.
It had the blueprint socks of the Millennium Falcon X-Wing fighter, TIE fighter, and Imperial shuttle. There was one light side, and there was one dark side. And the dark side, it had all the dark side socks.
So all the villains and stuff.
Yeah. And then the other side
She's
had
pointing at me.
all
I don't
the
like it.
light stuff because it was white. And they were doing this. It was like all about Star Wars because they're doing episode 9, the end of the Skywalker saga.
Yeah.
So
There's a
that's
lot
why-
of cool socks going to come out with that then, right?
They have a lot, and they looked at some of the like pictures that they did for Lucasfilm that were like way before, and one of them was Darth Vader had a blaster holder, and a blaster was in it, and it was a lightsaber battle with Luke, and Luke had a breathing thing too. Luke had a breathing thing.
Like, I've seen that drawing. That's a
Yeah.
classic. Those are some of the early drawings when they were planning the original Star Wars.
And it was like, I think it was like in the Death Star in episode 4.
Don't drum it on there. You're going to make the loud noises. So somebody was asking what the fire alarm sound is. That's actually the parrot, Doogie, is in the other room making some little squawking sounds. Every once in a while, you'll hear Doogie. And the heavy breathing is not me. It's Riley. She's
Oh,
walking
listen,
through
Jack,
every
man,
once in a while.
little Jack is an anchor of a possible show, John.
yeah. Jack knows
Jack's
his
gonna
stuff,
have
man.
his own
Jack
show
is legit.
someday. Wait, Jack and the girls combine forces?
Highlight Comic Bro, yes, I'm always being replaced on my channel by either Alec or Awesome Kids. In this case, I got 3 right here, and there's a 4th one right over there. Penny's just biding her time.
And it's just reading.
And for Hydra Collectibles, yes, they are named Charlie, Kate, Jack, and Penny. All lost names. I'm John too, so I can sit in the middle. He's a John though, but he goes by Jack. So we got a whole slew of lost names here.
There's going to be a lot of John Jamesons.
There are several. Yes, this is
3.
the truth.
All right.
All right. So that leads us to Charlie. You got one more to share? You got 2 more to share. What are you going to do first? Oh, I loaned this one to Charlie. This is the first issue of Jimmy Olsen, Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. And that dropped this week. What did you think of this one, Charlie?
I really like how he works with Star Lads.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't know what Star stands for.
It's an acronym, and someone in the chat might be able to tell us what
It's
Star Labs
STARR,
stands for,
right?
what the STAR stands for. It's probably science, technology, research. I don't know. So what did you like about this one, Char?
I like the well, as I said, how he works with Star Lab, but I like how they like in the beginning they like inject him with something,
Yeah.
and then he falls out and they turns into this giant turtle.
Right. Yeah, that's right at the very beginning. So this is done. Just so you know, Charlie, we reviewed this for book club this week. Alec and I and Perry Comics in the chat there, and it's done like the old original comics back in the day, where they're like lots of little stories that kind of connect. And Jimmy is always getting in trouble, and Superman's always rescuing him. He's always doing something crazy, and yeah, so he jumps out of a spaceship and falls to Earth and turns into a turtle halfway down. And then goes skipping through Metropolis because Superman has to catch him, right?
Daddy, they're saying how you're replaceable.
I'm 100% replaceable. This is a fact.
And then they said he's just there to push the live button.
I'm there to set the live stream up or to edit a video and then post it. I'm not there to make quality content. But people across the community have already gotten wise to this.
Carlito, ask you a question.
So, Charlie, did you notice how this one ended? He gets kind of kicked out of Metropolis.
Yeah.
Where does he end up?
To Gotham.
He's in Gotham. At the end of this, Jimmy Olsen is now being sent to work in Gotham City and cover the city where Batman lives.
Can I read it?
So it's a whole new world for young Jimmy.
A whole new world.
I did see your shirt, Carlito. It was the Thanos shirt. Very funny. I'm not wearing anything super funny today. This is an organization called Teach for America, which is a teacher's, obviously, charity. So I'm wearing the Teach for America shirt. So representing the profession, I suppose. Penny, did you want to share a book or anything? All right, then I'm gonna go. Oh, I had one last one.
Penny, do you want to show your?
It was my book of the week, but now I've read Little Bird,
She's
which
gonna
beats
share
it,
something.
and I've read Second Coming.
She's gonna.
I think Edwin was the big
she's
promoter
gonna show
there.
what she got from Comic-Con, right?
Penny's just off to the side there. Just wants to hang out in the frame. We'll see if I can fit all these kiddos in. There's one more way over there.
Penny, you scoot.
But Immortal Hulk, I really enjoyed it. I know that Immortal Hulk is not really in this book very much, that it's mostly focused on the villain and his backstory, but I still really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. It's definitely Marvel's most consistently great book, and I thought it was excellent. So that would be my pick for Marvel. I think independent book would be Second Coming. I think Image book would be Little Bird. Little Bird's probably the book of the week in the end. I think Little Bird is just too amazing. The only Jimmy Olsen I ever cared about was the original movie. Hey, I respect the original film. The original film, Superman, is absolutely perfect. Just really phenomenal. Also, new characters out before they even established or liked by fans. Regards to Hydra, it's brutal, man. I had a chance to buy a whole bunch of those Captain Marvel 8. And I just walked right by it. I was like, I just have no interest. Give her your seat. Are you really needed? It's true, Old Wolf. John on the real. He's thick-skinned and a good sport with teasing. And thanks, Caleb. Oh, so Penny, what is this?
It's Hedwig.
So this is what you got?
Well, I didn't go, but my dad got it for me.
Your dad bought you a Hedwig? So for my Harry Potter fans out there, that's what Penny got. That's cool. Are you a Harry Potter fan, Penny?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a particular house at Hogwarts that you would want to go to, right? We got Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, Slytherin, and Gryffindor. Do you have one? You're a Gryffindor? That's what you would want to be in? What about you, Jay?
Gryffindor.
He's a Gryffindor. Kate? Gryffindor. Charlie? You don't know.
I did the test on the Pottermore thingy, and I was a Gryffindor.
And you were a Gryffindor there. I think Charlie and I were in Ravenclaw, right? I love Ravenclaw. I'm a Ravenclaw fan. I think that's me straight up.
And he loves Luna Lovegood.
See, this is going to make noise in the microphones right there. You got to watch out.
Okay. You know, I've actually only read and seen up to the third book, so
Okay.
still got a ways to go to
So
see.
weird.
Like,
Sure.
this is what
So
my
weird
favorite
that-
house is.
See, Kate's looking at the bit where he turns into a turtle.
Who turns
There's Jimmy Olsen falling to earth as a turtle. It's an odd, funny book. I'll tell you, it's way funnier than the Lois Lane book, which, again, I really dug the Lois Lane book. So I'm interested to kind of see how both of these books continue on. And so
What?
drop a few out. Gryffindor for life, says Caleb. He's a Gryffindor. Ooh, a lot of Gryffindors fans. So are we done? Does anybody have a book they want to share at the
I
end?
still
Oh, Charlie's
have
got one
one.
more. Oh, you've got one more?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Charlie goes first, though, because I have to bag this.
Oh, I didn't have
I
to
know
wait.
you're not getting what you want this morning.
Never.
Never.
She's always last.
Who is
So
last?
is being last the best thing?
I
Ooh,
got a Miraculous with 2 episodes in it.
ooh, you got to tilt it a little
Very
bit so that it's
bad.
not. Yeah. So we bought a trade for Miraculous, which those who watch the morning show know. Kate's a big fan of Ladybug Girl and
Ladybug and Cat Noir.
Cat Noir. Sorry.
Or black.
Big fan. So how was this trade? Was it full of good stories?
It was really good. There was 2 episodes in it, like I said. One's called Zombie Zoo and one's called Siren. Siren? What?
No, I'm just
Siren
reading the chat.
is like a very interesting. I like Siren more than Zombie Zoo. And their episodes, like inside is like photos taken from the show. And then they like add speech bubbles so you can see what they're saying and stuff. And this the second episode in here is like a very important one because it's the first one where called the Power Up, where they get flippers and stuff. And it's never happened before. Charlie. And it's a very interesting story, and I really like it. Guys, stop.
You can't because Kate can't sit back, sweetie. There you go. Uh-oh. Cousins with tickles on the couch. Hydra Collectibles says he has a son named Jacob, which is another lost character. So we're keeping it all working here. Oh, and now Kate has become a Jedi.
What has she become?
Some kind of a Jedi, she looks like.
Oh, I am a Jedi.
All right, this is devolving. Charlie, last book. This was a cool book. I will say, I was very excited to find this at a used bookstore for $7. This is the first trade of Lumberjanes, which I had heard a lot of people tell me would be a great book for the girls to read and enjoy. And at a used bookstore, how do you argue with that? Half price.
Someone said,
Charlie, what did you think of it?
I thought it was a great Tickle!
I don't think we're
Look,
going to get a review for this right now.
Caleb said, I feel like
crazy on
Hufflepuff
my
is something what you call an angry chunky kid.
Me? I'm an angry chunky
No, I feel like Hufflepuff is something you'd call an angry chunky kid.
Is that Caleb?
Yeah.
He's taking shots. Shots fired at Hufflepuff.
Oh, Carlita said, what are you calling me, Caleb?
Oh, my goodness.
And then someone said witchy poo. What?
I don't know. Yep. The kids are taking over, Rob.
Why?
So, Charlie,
Witchy poo?
quick review. What do you think, Charlie, of Lumberjanes?
I stole
I
it.
really like the story of how they use girls.
Grandparents are trying to restore order. Sorry, Charlie.
And they use all these 5 girls.
Yeah, the 5 girls.
And when I first read it, I couldn't tell any of them were girls or boys.
Uh-huh.
So I had to I really, really had to read it really closely to see if it said girls or boys. And it did say girls. And I like how they're always trying to sneak away from their counselor or something.
Uh-huh.
Jen.
Jen, and she's like at one point, oh, look at these beautiful flowers, and they walk away like, there's the tower by the lake, because they have to go to it. You have to go to it. And then when they do that, she's like, planning something, girls, because I'm keeping my eyes on you this time. And then eventually she's like, oh, wow, and they leave. And she doesn't even notice. And then they come back because they see these armadillos or something. I don't know what they're called.
Okay.
And he goes, roar, and they, ah! So they run, and then they tumble her, and they fall into a pile of leaves. And they said, and then the one in the red hair, April, says, well, at least we landed in a big clump of, and Jen says, poison ivy.
So this is a funny one, a
Yes.
good one. You recommend this one.
Boy at 7.
Is the boy who had 7 in the chat? Hello, sir. I didn't see you in there, Matt. So I'm going to check this one out. I had heard great things about it. So this is in my reading pile as well. Kate, you finished it as well? Thumbs up. Underneath the blanket, thumbs up. All right. Now I'm not certain if my uncle Bob, not yours, my Uncle Bob was in the chat earlier. It's my Uncle Bob's birthday today. I was just reminded. My mom reminded me. So Uncle Bob, happy birthday to you. Oh, and Stormbreaker is back, so be careful.
But I just put my hand up.
So thank you very much for coming by on your birthday. I know that it'll be easy to remember my cousin's wedding
for
day.
the head.
Always aim for the head. Yes, if you're attacking Thanos with Stormbreaker, not your sister so
Aim for
much.
the head. Well, it could. It'd be more fun. No, it wouldn't.
Hey,
Sister would
Charlie,
be the hand.
promoting the violence.
And
I'm going to get us out of here.
No.
We have certainly gone as far as I think cousins will allow before they need to get out and start running around.
Bye-bye.
What About Bob is a great movie. I agree.
I'm
We're
gonna
shouting out a little love. I appreciate that.
maybe we'll break.
Thank you all for coming by. We're almost to 700. I'm going to do a 700 subscriber contest when we get there. So just need those last 7 subs and then we'll be doing something fun. So stay tuned for a fun contest. People can win some fun prizes and things. And hopefully we'll start a fun chatter in the comic community. We are enjoying this vacation. We're going to be enjoying the wedding this evening. And I hope that everybody has a wonderful weekend and summer.
Have a good time. Remember to subscribe.
Bye.
Remember to
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.